Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Chad Esley, and I thought I would do a quick drawing tutorial using Krita, the open source drawing software for Mac, PC, and Linux. If you've got a pressure sensitive drawing tablet that works with your computer or laptop, you should definitely check this program out. It's free, and it has a cool automatic sort of coloring plugin called G''Gmic, which is pretty cool. So let's check it out. All right, I'm going to launch Krita, which is up there, and here I go. I'm going to go File, New, and we're going to set our canvas. I like to have about 5,000 by 5,000 pixels and at least 300 points per inch, if not 600. Let's go 600, and I'll hit Create. And there we go, there's our canvas. And so first off in Krita, you'll notice your brush presets are off to the right here, and you've got a nice amount of them. And what I like to do sometimes is start with a sketch. So we'll choose a nice pencil tool and black, and we'll start to doodle there. And you can zoom in a little bit. I've got a touch screen monitor here. You can also go View and show actually full screen mode. And if you're a Windows user, you might want to check Settings, Configure Krita, and go into, let's see, where is it? I think it's canvas only settings. No, it is canvas input, display. Change it from OpenGL to Direct3D for Windows, and then restart Krita. You'll get a lot better performance in the app. You might notice some lag if you don't do that on Windows. If you're in Linux, you're going to be doing fine. Probably Mac, you're probably okay too. Windows, it's a little iffy. So I've got my brush here. I'm going to do a couple of brush strokes just to test my line out. That looks pretty good to me. I can zoom out and kind of see where I'm at. So I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to actually increase my brush size by using the slider at the top here a little bit, and just begin to doodle a little bit. So let's say I wanted to create a character that was a little robot of some kind. I can usually start with a shape, like a little pill shape, like so. And just to begin to think about what this could be, I start to add a few curves. So here's a curve, maybe that's a curve, and there's a curve, maybe a curve like so. And already I can get some ideas about what I want to do here. Maybe a little circle here and a circle there. Possibly, actually I want to round the bottom of that off a bit and use my eraser. I'm just going to flip my pen, but you could choose the eraser tool. And oops, I'm going to erase the bottom part of this a little bit. And I'll just really quickly draw something robot-like. And maybe it's got actually some, just so I don't have to draw legs, I'm going to draw some little jets down here. And maybe this is actually kind of a bubble, and top and inside of this bubble have, maybe it's a little spaceman of some kind with some eyes, just a general idea of something. And these could be little arms sticking out of a spacesuit. And actually I don't like those legs. Let's erase them. And just thinking in terms of little shapes you can make, like a little spaghetti noodle kind of thing. Maybe just a sphere at the end. And from that sphere, you could make hands. So I'm going to just do some little branches of stick figure shapes off the end of that, like so. And I'm just going to create some shapes here that's squared off, and a little curvature, and just squared off finger shapes for my robot hands. Same goes here, the thumb curve, like so, and like so, and like so. There's a very basic robot hand, not the greatest hand in the world, but so this guy is in a robot suit, and maybe he, just so I don't have to draw any legs right now, I'm gonna zoom out, and he has a little jet keeping him floating off the ground, right? So let's say you've got your little drawing and you think you like it, your rough drawing anyway. You could either print this out and ink it with a brush pen. If you're in Krita, you could add another layer using this plus sign off to the right here. And I'm going to select my layer 1 that I was working on and dial the opacity using this slider down a bit. And then selecting layer 2, I'm going to go grab a brush that I like to ink with. So maybe it's something like this guy here. And I'll zoom in a bit more. I made a little dot. Krita doesn't have great palm rejection. That's my one problem with it on a touchscreen. So Control Z, I'm going to undo that. I've got one hand on my keyboard as I'm drawing. And I'm just going to go in and make my little eyes. This is all on the top layer. So I am getting my good clean line work here. Maybe he has a little collar, like so. And the inside of his spacesuit. So the front line I like to make a little bit thicker, using a lot of pressure. And just draw straight across. And maybe his, you can see the back side of his interior of his suit there. And then for the bubble, just really quick, over the top. Oops. And then going down, add a little ridge right here. Just a little something to make it stand out a bit more. And you'll see why I do that in a second. So going down and then a curve and going my little indentation, another bump, and rounding off the bottom. Like so. And see, that's that little curve I just made to make a little kind of makes it look mechanical. So if you pre-plan these little details when you draw, it makes it a lot easier to just add some dimension. And you could add little, I guess they call it, my friend up in Seattle, I think in Star Wars, greeblies or something like that, when they add details to a shape that really don't matter but add texture and design to something. So these kind of follow contours, but they're just non-specific little details. And same for his arms. Instead of just drawing this one curve out, I'm gonna stop right here, a little indent, a little indent, and a little indent, and a little indent, like that, and then just draw one little suggestion of a separation there. And the same on this side. There, an indent, and an indent there, an indent there, an indent there, and going down, and like so, and like so, and like so, and then like that. And we've almost inked this guy pretty quickly. This is a lot of experience, just years of doing this, but I'm going to add a little bit thicker lines for his hands here, just to make them stand out a bit more. All right, like so. And that's okay for his hand. And then I'm going to do this hand, zooming in. And like that. And we're not going to worry about gaps in our lines. In fact, I'm going to intentionally leave one here just so you can see some things that I'm doing here. So let's pretend you missed those spaces in your drawing. That'll be for our automatic colorization later. So I've got the bottom of the robot here and his little jet. So he is hovering. He's got a little flame here, I think, instead. And out of the bottom, hits the ground, and we have a little cloud of smoke. So just some little bouncy clouds down here. Okay, and then I'm going to start my filter, start Gmic QT. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And when you start it up, you'll arrive at this filter being selected, Colorize Interactive. And the input type is line art, which we are sitting on our line art layer. Output type will be image plus 2 colors, or you could choose image plus colors multi-layers. For my purposes, I'll just choose 2 colors. And for view resolution, usually about medium is fine. It depends on the processing power of your computer. Medium is quick anyway, so just hit OK. Now on a multi-monitor system, you might have this pop up on another monitor, which mine just did. So I'm going to drag it down. And there it is, there's my robot. And a palette will also appear on another screen. So I'm going to grab that and bring it down. Here it is. And you can simply begin to pick colors. I know that I want generally this to be blue, his glass on his helmet there. I want, I think, let's see, I want the interior, him to be pink. I want his robot hands to be a darker blue. And just place dots wherever you think it should colorize. It should get whole shapes, and it shouldn't leak out of these shapes where I put those gaps in. So I'm gonna do lighter blue on his body, the body of the robot. And a slightly different color for these interior bits. Just mix it up a little bit, and one there. And then for the arms, kind of grayish, and grayish down here, even grayer down at the bottom. And for the flames are what? Yellow on the middle, orange, and maybe red. I have no idea. I'm kind of winging this. And then like so, maybe a smoke. You can right click to remove a dot if you don't want it in there, just to make sure that that's working. And I think white for the background. I'm not sure how to make a transparent background, so I'll figure that out later. So once you think you've got it, just close your palette and close this, and it should update your drawing within a minute or so. Hey, not bad. So now we have our line layer on top and our colors down below. And you can continue to shade and do whatever you want with this drawing. So that is an introduction to Krita, how cool it is. I think it's pretty awesome for an open source piece of software. My plugin, my gap closing failed right there a little bit. I'm just noticing. So on my color layer, I'm just gonna flip my pen and erase that a little bit. But yeah, you could go in and shade this a bit more and tweak it to your heart's content. If you chose multiple layers for the output, you would have every color separated out onto its own layer. So really great for flatting comics, and for free, not bad. That's about it. So I will catch you on the next video.